Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. Well, hey, Nick Collier here again, and today we've got kind of a interesting little project. This guy is building some kind of box. I'm not sure what it's for, but he wants it to be specific sizes and specific shapes. And we got the metal. We sent off to McMaster-Carr. This is Saturday. We sent off to McMaster-Carr yesterday morning, and sure enough, it showed up this morning. So as usual, McMaster-Carr just delivers right on the spot. They ain't cheap, but they're fast. So we've got 2 sheets of 1/4-inch aluminum, 12 inches wide, and we need to do some layout work, and then we're going to start machining. And stick with me, we're going to have some fun. And you know, and I've got to get this thing done because turns out that on Monday there's supposed to be a big windstorm come through, and we had one little 2-day thing of rain, and that was about 3 weeks ago, and it's dry as a bone outside once again. And so they're going to turn the power off so that we don't have another wildfire. And so starting Monday morning, the power is going to be off. So I got to get this done. Today is Saturday. Maybe I can get it done tomorrow afternoon. Okay, stick with me. We're going to have some fun. All right, we got 9 sheets of paper to work from. 6 sides and a bunch of accessories. And I'm going to have to get my glasses because I can't see squat these days. What do I do with them? Ah, they're there. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this maybe a 1/16 bigger, well, maybe an 1/8 bigger, and then machine it back so we'll have nice, good, clean, crisp edges to work from. And it looks like we have 11 1/4 and 11 1/4. This one's going to be a pretty simple deal here. Let's make sure we're square over here, and we're not exactly, but we're square enough. So we can go from here to 11 1/4. And then we're going to add a 1/4 inch to that, and that will be an 1/8 on each cut. I don't know, is an 1/8 a lot? Nah, it's fine. It's aluminum. This is not the pen I wanted to use, though. Where's the pen I wanted to use? Here it is. A newer pen, sharper tip. Okay, so we're going to come across. That's good. And then we want 11 1/8 here, because we're not going to have to cut this edge. 11 1/8. Okay. And we will, since this is not square, we're just going to do a match up. There we go. We're going to take this much off, and this is number 1, number 1. All right. That's good. And this is 11 1/4 and 11 1/4. Uh-oh, wait a second. We're at 11 1/4. And we need to go an eighth beyond that. Ha ha. Let's just erase that. And are we the same here? No, we're 11 1/2 here. Yeah, that's good. So we're just going to erase this. And I have, I can't tell you how many times I've had to struggle trying to get this ink off. And then I found this stuff when I did a brake job on my car, brake lean, and man, it just takes care of it. But you don't want to do it on anything that's painted because it just takes everything. Look at that. Gone. Okay, so now 11 1/4 and an eighth. 11 1/4 and 1/8. All right. Now we're going to take that off. This is plate number 1. Plate number 2 is the same measurement, 11 1/4 and 11 1/4. So we can just take this on up. And of course we have 6 panels and only enough material for 5 of them. Ha! I think I have some aluminum laying around. Let me go see if I can rustle it up. All right, so we're all set up. We've got this the fence squared up so that it's going to cut reasonably square, and let's just get rolling. Okay, well now that we've got everything down to a handleable size, we'll come in with the table saw and cut the rest of them. And you know, any carbide blade will work, but you better be prepared to get stuff thrown in your face, man, because it just throws chips everywhere. So I wear my safety shield and my ear muffs. And gloves. And you can tell this saw is outside, so it's just the outside saw. I'm thinking we could use the 90 degree on this. Let me go get it. All right. I'm going to cut just a little wide because this makes a messy cut. Okay, well, it's the next morning, and I've reversed the jaws in my Kurt vise and taken this jaw from here and brought it back in here, and now we can open up to 11 3/4 inches. And what I'm doing here is, well, we're going to start with this machined edge out here, and what I'm doing is squaring up all the edges so that when we get ready to put this thing together, it's going to go together nice and square without any issues as far as wobbly. You know, connections. All right, so we're just going to come in and we're going to clean up this edge, and then we're going to take a measurement and jump over to this edge and get our right width, and then we'll rotate this thing and clean up this edge over there. So let's just see what we can do. Oh, we're really chipping some metal off. Okay, we're coming close to the end here. And I'm thinking that's going to be about it. So I zeroed my DRO, and then I back off my cutter, and then back this thing up about that far. Now we'll swing you around. And there's the head. Let's see if we can get the whole thing in. Well, we're going to have to start again. Alright, so we come back in here, we loosen our jibs, and then bring our head forward, tighten our jibs back up, all right, good start. I mean, it's a pain in the ass to do it, but you know, hey, if you gotta do it, you gotta do it, right? Okay, so now we flip it, make sure there's no chips. So it looks like we've got about Let's come up just a little bit. We've got about 3/16 to take off. We're going to do this pretty fast. This is the place where my customer doesn't care, but I do. 6, so we're at 800. So we got another 50 to go. Click our DRO in. We're going to take 25. That's better. Okay, so I think we've got what we want. All right, let's get rid of some chips first thing off. Now let's take it out, and we're going to take some measurements and make sure we're where we want to be. Yep, nice and square. All right, so now we're going to come in and square up these edges with this edge. And those are nice and square. So we're going to take our all right, we're set on this one, and this is number 3, and we have two more to go. Well, actually 3 more, but I didn't order enough material, so and it's Sunday morning, so on Monday we're going to have to order some more material. And basically we're going to do more of the same, so we'll come back after I get these next 2 panels done, and we'll start drilling holes and putting slots in and whatever else is needed. Okay, as you can see, we've got a bunch of holes to drill, and these are basically just vent holes, and then holes right up against the edge around the perimeter, and then we have to take this notch out. And other than that, oh, and it looks like we got a center hole too. Oh, and 2 perimeter holes, or 4 perimeter holes. So that's, and I've already gotten started. I've gotten 6 holes done. So we're going to go up 3/4. Drill our hole. And we're starting at 15 or 1" 500, so we're going to come back to 750 because he wants that at 3/4 of an inch. And if you're not familiar with it, this number is tenths, so you know we don't have to be that accurate. Remember, his measurements are within 1/8 of an inch. Okay, we got to turn it off and get rid of some of that swarf. Ugh. Building up on the drill bit. Okay, continuing. Since we're just going through this one time, I just zero out and come on up, back up to 750. That way I don't have to do any additions or anything like that. That's that for that. So now, make sure we got everything that we wanted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Now we got the hole here and the hole here and the hole here. So we need to come back up to the top. Figure out where our center line is, and I definitely need the cheater glasses for that. I'd say that's about it. And then we need to come down 150. And then over oops. Got my line crossed up here. Let's get that up out of the way. And we're coming in 1.5 inches from this edge. That looks good. That's 1.5 inches, and that's 150, and we're set. Now our next hole goes to the edge. A little bit more. And then we're at 150, we want to come into 750. And then we come in 150. And that should do the trick. All right, now we got all of our holes. Yes. So now we need this one here, and that one, and that one, and that one. And the size of the hole is 3/16. All right, so we've got panel number 4 here, and this one has a big empty space right in here. So we've got a 1/2 inch and 3/4 of an inch and 3/4 and 3/4. So now what we have to be careful with is crushing this thing while we're trying to hold it. And I'm thinking it might be better to hold it on the table rather than in the vise. Well, if we hold it the other way, and we can hold it this way, I think we've got enough room to actually do something. First thing we're going to do, though, is we've got to put 4 holes in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these holes are for M2 screws. Huh. 1/8 inch. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're back. We got a new battery. We got a new chip in there. Oh man, we're all set. So we need to drill these 4 holes, and it looks like we're 1.25 inches from this direction and 1.5 inches in. Oh wait, we don't need to drill those holes. So just 1.25 inches all the way around. Yeah. We're going to take it over to the table and put some ink on this. So this has warped, so I'm thinking I can just come in and use this as my strength and get a much more even, and then just do 1/2 and 1/2. Let's give it a try. All right, so it looks better. So we're right at 0. This is just a little under 0, and that is right at 0. Okay, good. We got her. Now, and this side is good, I believe. Few thousandths over, 3/4, few thousandths over. Now we're going to take this and drop this in. Right like that. Oops, no, we can't do it like that. Okay. Can we do it like this just a little bit? And hope and pray it holds on? Remembering that all of his measurements are 1/8 inch measurements. So we're not having to be as careful as normal. All right, we've got one last side to do. Okay, so now we're going to flip it like that. We're going to drop it in there like this, so that this is the strong part, and then this we'll just do half. Well, for the first cut we'll just cut it. Okay, we've got the corners that aren't quite done, but he wants a nice sharp corner in there, so I'm going to come in with a file anyhow, and I'll just file that out. So as far as I can tell, this panel is done. We've got one more panel, two more panels. And then we can start assembling.